Dominica's High Court says it has no jurisdiction to hear a case seeking to postpone the general elections. And in sport, strike action by football referees in Jamaica forced the cancellation of a major game. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, December 3, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Fan base, they're all into the off-road racers, and a lot of the people that I race against also race in the Baja racing, so it's a very easy transition. And we worked on this barrel roll. It's basically taking a Baja style truck and spinning it in the air, 4,500 pound truck, spinning it in the air and landing it on the ground. Nobody's ever done that before. Yeah, we worked on that for 4 years, and we decided to roll it out down at Ensenada, and it was really well received.
Ain't gonna stop, I'ma kill you, I ain't gonna pop. You talking about you happy, you talking about you king and the only thing you king is how you standing there, you ain't body.
I this me and your brain fly, you me know, you me say me catch you play that me know with your friend, them kill you and gunshot a bend them like a cure, really.
As usual, Spartan King is confident already in the arena, so his style and the way he brings off his lyrics is flawless.
Dominica, where the High Court this morning said it had no jurisdiction to hear an application by several Dominicans aimed at postponing the December 6 general elections. Attorney Cara Shillingford, who headed a team of lawyers on behalf of the applicants, says she will appeal the ruling. Now, we are now joined live on the phone by Peter Richards, who was at the court this morning. Good afternoon, Peter Richards.
Good afternoon to you, Ricardo. How are you?
I'm good. Can you just give us an update on that court matter in Dominica?
Okay, the High Court Judge, Justice Bernie Stevenson, today upheld an application by lawyers representing President Charles Savre and the Electoral Commission that it had no jurisdiction to entertain an application by several Dominicans aimed at postponing the December 6 general elections. The petitioners, including the president of the Concerned Citizens Movement, Loftus Jr., had asked the court to issue an interim injunction restraining the parties concerned from holding the elections on December 6 or any other date prior to February 5th, 2020, unless the procedures are fully in place to hold the general elections. They had named the President, Charles Savre, the Chief Elections Officer, the Cabinet of Dominica, the Attorney General, as well as the state-owned DBS Radio as the respondents. But in a ruling, Justice Stevenson said she agreed with the arguments put forward by the respondents that since an election writ has been issued, the election process has started, and that the only remedy forward was through an election petition once the election had taken place. She said the conduct of election in Dominica is governed by the Constitution, and that when an election is called, the country enters into a period called elections, where the parliament is dissolved. She said that while the applicants may have a legitimate claim, they cannot be entertained at this time. Attorney Cara Shillingford, who is representing the applicants, has already indicated that she will file an appeal. Peter Richards, Roseau, Dominica for CMC News.
All right, thank you, Peter, for that comprehensive update. And of course, we will get more of that story in our major newscast at 6:30. Over in Trinidad and Tobago, People's National Movement, PNM, is claiming victory in yesterday's local government elections on the basis of winning more seats, although the opposition United National Congress, the UNC, won some of the seats from the ruling party. Now, both parties won 7 corporations, but the PNM secured 74 seats while the UNC got 65. The UNC took 9 seats from the PNM, while the PNM took 2 seats previously held by the UNC. In a statement issued last night, the PNM's public relations officer, Laurel Lizama, expressed the party's gratitude to citizens for placing renewed faith in the PNM. But opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar said the UNC had won the popular vote, although it did not win the majority of the seats. She also declared that the electorate had spoken and the people showed clearly that they are totally fed up with the PNM. Persad-Bissessar said, quote, "A change is coming, and that change began today with the local government elections," end quote. Voter turnout in yesterday's poll was approximately 30%. A group of pastors have launched the newest political party in Guyana, hoping to contest general and regional elections next March. And the People's Republic Party, the PRP, says it will be on a mission to end homosexuality in Guyana and restore integrity to government office. Newsroom's Bibi Katoon reports.
While persons do not have to be Christians, one of the prerequisites listed in the PRP's Code of Conduct speaks against homosexuality. Speaking with the newsroom during an interview, presidential candidate Dr. Leong said the party believes in marriage as being solely between a biological male and a biological female.
Well, I think that you don't have a right to do what's wrong. Homosexuality is essentially deviant behavior. It's perversion. I will say that unapologetically. But I believe that the people in the LGBT community are people that many times need help. There are many of them, they are hurting people. They're troubled people. If you check their histories, many of them were abused as children, right? And for us to just, they present to us, well, I'm LGBT, whichever one. And we just say, okay, I must pass laws to accommodate you, to facilitate your pain.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
There's people that have lived here in Wahiawa all their life. They cross the bridge every day. They have no clue that there's a lake here, much less how great the fishing is.
That blows my mind away. Being able to have the opportunity to go saltwater fishing, that's a given, and then go freshwater fishing for peacock bass, which is a unique species of fish. Gotta tell you, that's pretty cool.
Oh my, there you go.
Whoa, here you go.
Advancing our development agenda through innovation, industry, and investment. That was the theme for the Tobago Economic and Business Outlook Conference 2019. This year's conference examined solutions for some of Tobago's most pressing economic challenges and provided an update on the island's development agenda.
We chose this theme because we firmly believe that innovation, investment, and industry are integral to advancing our island's development.
A strike action by football referees in Jamaica forced a crucial match in the ongoing Red Stripe Cup to be postponed. It was supposed to be a clash between Tivoli Gardens and Waterhouse FC, but the match officials, or rather some of the match officials, failed to show, leaving the commissioner to call off the match and forcing supporters demanding their money back.
Waterhouse were looking to wind their lead atop the table to 11 points, while Tivoli Gardens were aiming to rise from the relegation zone. However, with no points on offer due to the postponement of the game, fans were left contesting a refund. But like the game, none was forthcoming. With a 50% price reduction for the next game, the solution given. Match commissioner for the game, Elaine Walker-Brown, sought to explain the postponement.
Only two referees has arrived to the venue. I must say that the JFF person in charge of refereeing has tried very hard. It's just unfortunate that they did not get here in time because both teams had agreed that they will wait until 3:20.
And off-spinner Kevin St. Clair said West Indies emerging players had a feeling they would have won the Super 50 Cup after a stroke of fortune saw them squeeze into the semi-finals. St. Clair, who picked up 13 wickets in the tournament, including a destructive 4-wicket haul in Sunday's final, said the team had been full of self-belief right throughout. St. Clair said, quote, "I really feel overjoyed. I must say thanks to the Almighty for being with us right through the tournament, because there were moments when teams looked like they would have beat us and stuck it out. That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.